started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't.
Sound resumed.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Autoclub Speedway. The Dan's Heating and Cooling Top-Notch Truck Series is about ready to get underway for 50 laps on the 2-mile high-banked, wide, D-shaped oval. Sister track to Michigan, little less banking, but all the more action and some drivers just barely making it in time before qualifying started. Not a lot of time in practice. Garrett Smithley is one of them, your points leader. Also Logan Clamp, but they all came in at the very end and barely got at least a lap to shake their trucks down. So we're going to see how they fare in qualifying and in the race. So I am DJ Line along with Michael D'Amico, and we are live on the Twitch TV All Pro Racing. Hello everyone out there in Peeptropolis watching us tonight and joining us in the chat. If you are watching and you want to get involved in the chat, you can sign up on the right hand side and text chat with us all night long. Have a good time with us. So qualifying times are rolling in. We're going to get to that shortly. Want to let you know what is going on tonight. And first, before we do that, we want to thank everyone that puts us on the air and lets us be here to grace you with our presence every week. First of all, it's Top-Notch Heating and Cooling. Danny Rudy, the owner. Fantastic guy, fantastic service. If you're looking for some heating and cooling services out of the Washington State area, contact Dan's Top-Notch Heating and Cooling. Also by Over the Top Designs and Paints. John Hendrick there with Over the Top, fantastic paint jobs every week. Check him out on the iRacing forums and on Facebook and get your truck or car painted up. You want it. And also, we'd like to thank Apache Graphics and Race Designs. All of the graphics you see on the broadcast tonight were designed by Apache Graphics and Race Designs, so thanks to them for coming on board. You can find them on the iRacing forums and Facebook as well. So we're going to go 50 laps here tonight, talking to some of the drivers before qualifying rolled out. They said they could go anywhere from 14 to 16 laps on fuel. We do run a 30% fuel load, so pit stops are going to be at a premium, as they are every week here on the Top Notch Truck Series. Remember last week we ran into a time limit issue and had a green and white at the same time, and what a race that was at Bristol. And here we are going from a small track to a huge track, 4 or 5 wide racing on the starts. It's going to be absolutely epic. We have looks like 19 trucks here tonight. So a little information about the Autoclub Speedway. It is obviously 2 miles. One of the bigger tracks that NASCAR runs on, and that we'll run on here as well. The weather here today is a little bit chilly, clear with 55 degrees. A northwest wind blowing at 4 miles per hour. So, and the temperature is expected to go down just a little bit, and the pressure is rising. Not sure what that is going to, if that's going to affect the cars at all. Might affect the tire pressures a little bit, but, you know, just giving you all the information that we can. Pace car speed 70 miles per hour, pit road speed 55, and I bet you we're going to catch some people speeding on pit road as they try to get down from 200 miles an hour to that spot. So, qualifying about ready to wrap up. 14 cars have taken time so far. We got about 45 seconds left in the session. I don't believe those guys that didn't qualify are going to make a lap. So we're going to see how that rolls down. And race control messaging with the drivers right now. Currently on the pole is Damon Gilbert with a 40.029. A little slower than what he ran in the practice session, but nonetheless still at the top of the charts by over 1/10 of a second over Chad Coleman. That is unofficial as of right now. The session has not ended. It is about ready to, and we're going to go ahead and give you the starting lineup on where everyone's going to be rolling off here tonight. A little surprise, Garrett Smithley, he's going to be starting near the back tonight. This is his best track. That's directly from his mouth. This is his best track, not where he wants to be so far. So qualifying has ended, and we're going to go down trackside and get you the starting lineup. Starting on the front row, in the number 68 truck, with a time of 40.029, is going to be the number 68 of Damon Gilbert. And his outside, long-time iRacer, first time we've seen him in the Top Notch Truck Series this year, the number 6, that is Chad Coleman, with a 40.174. To his to the next row down, inside of row number 2, going to be the number 20 of Matt Clifton. And his outside, Mitchell Reeves in the number 02 with a time of 40.252. And Clifton had a 250, so only 2 1/1000ths of a second, separating third and fourth on the timesheet so far. Inside of row number, him running up front, the number 81 of Brandon Ash Brown, hashtags Hastings. We'll get it. In the number 81 truck, 89 with a 40.436. Inside of row number 4 is going to be the 00 of Nick Hunt. He comes in with a time of 40.450. In his outside, the 23, we saw him last night. If you joined us last night on the All-Pro Broadcasting Network for the All-Star race, Donald King in the number 23 with a 40.492. Inside of row number 5, going to be the number 14, Jeff T. Martin. He clocks in with a time of 40.498. And his outside, series veteran in the number 9 truck, Nick Reynolds, with a 40.520. Inside of row number 6, going to be the number 2 truck of LZ Daly, clocked in at a time of 40.553. And his outside, the number 43, Garrett Smithley out of Peachtree City, Georgia, with a time of 40.666. His teammate inside of row number 7 going to be Logan Clampett with a time of 40.806. And his outside series sponsor, the number 11, Danny Rudy. Inside of row number 8, going to be the number 83 of Thomas Jowers Jr. And drivers that did not take time going to be pushing the field tonight. Chris E. Pence, George Barrage, Ed Whittington, and Greg Webb. Those drivers electing not to take time tonight will push the field. So 19 trucks here, and it's going to be one wild race. We're going to go 50 laps. 50 laps or 1 hour. And we should have plenty of time to finish that up. So pace cars making its way down into turns 3 and 4. The wide-eyed, bushy-tailed track known as Autoclub Speedway in Fontana, California, about ready to get underway. Damon Gilbert in that black number 68 and his outside. Red Bull number 6 of Chad Coleman. Pace car is in. We're about ready to get underway. And the green flag flies. We're racing in the Dan's Heating and Cooling Top Notch Truck Series. A little bit of technical difficulty here, but we seem to be back underway. They're still side by side down the back straightaway, and we apologize if you're hearing any blurbs in the audio or anything like that. Having a little bit of connection trouble now, but still side by side, Gilbert and Coleman. Coleman really pinching down hard, and now they're 3 wide off of turn number 4, down to the inside. Here comes the number 20 of Matt Clifton with Coleman down to block, down to the basement, up to the attic, 3 wide into turn number 3, and now they get 2 wide. Clifton still down to the inside. Now here comes the 0-2. Mitchell Reeves. He's going to go onto the outside and take that spot. Now behind them, Gilbert is pushing the number 20 of Matt Clifton, buck drafting into turn number 3. And on the outside of Brandon Hastings, it looks like the outside groove is where it's at. But we're going to see now. But as soon as they get to the front stretch, they really separate. 3 distinct grooves, up to the bottom, down, top, up near the wall. It doesn't matter. They're going everywhere. And Chad Coleman now, he's going to take that spot. He's going to go around the number 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves for the lead. Battle for the lead now, 3 wide out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they come. Clifton on the bottom, Reeves on the outside with Coleman stuck in the middle. Coleman's going to lift now, and Reeves going to try to drive it in on the outside, and he's going to take that spot. New leader, 3 lead changes in 3 laps. It doesn't get much better than this here at Autoclub Speedway. Back battling for that 4th spot. Gilbert, he's going to go underneath of Chad Coleman, but Coleman not giving up the draft, sucking him right back up there to that outside, as Gilbert looks like he's going to take that spot, and Hastings going to fall in directly behind him. Still side by side, Gilbert trying to get back up towards the front. He started on the pole position tonight, but Reeves is definitely taking that position away, and he's pulled out to about a 6 truck length lead over Matt Clifton, as Gilbert now going to take that spot away from Chad Coleman. Remember, these guys can only go 14 to 16 laps on fuel as we're watching the battle up here for the lead. But we also want to make sure that we keep an eye on Garrett Smithley, our points leader, as he's going to be working his way back up through the field. And the draft has basically disintegrated that lead now, as Matt Clifton able to get right back up on to the back bumper of the number 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. Going to check in quickly on Garrett Smithley to see where he has made his way up to the 9th position. After starting 12th, he's picked up 3 spots, getting a feel for that truck. Logan Clampett started right behind him. Logan is now right in front of him, battling for that 7th spot with the number 00 of Nick Hunt. So Clampett in that pink and purple amp, number 44. He's going to take that spot into turn number 1. And it looks like a battle farther up front for the second place. Gilbert not going to give up. He's going to go to the inside of Matt Clifton now. And he's going to take Coleman right behind him as they have caught the leaders now side by side. Where is Clifton going to go? Is he going to try to make it 3 wide, or is he going to stick behind Damon Gilbert? Chad Coleman, he's going to push it down to the inside. Here comes Brandon Hastings up onto the back. He's got a huge run out of turn number 4. Now a battle for the lead. Gilbert out of nowhere from second, third, fourth, fifth. He was about a lap ago. Now battling for the lead, and he's going to take it right away. Reeves going to fight back on the outside. Where's Clifton going to go? Mitchell Reeves surrendering the lead to Damon Gilbert. So Gilbert's going to take that spot and put a couple of truck links in between him and the second place of Mitchell Reeves. Now Matt Clifton still back there. Chad Coleman still back there. Brandon Hastings battling hard with Nick Reynolds side by side. Battle for that 5th spot. And Logan Clampett out of nowhere behind him. Clampett's going to go down to the inside, 3 wide for the 5th spot. And Reynolds going to give way. Hastings comes down to pick up Clampett and push the draft along. So it wasn't long before Garrett Smithley and Logan Clampett joined their teammate Brandon Hastings at the front. Here's the crossover move. Reynolds back down to the inside. Not much room. Clampett's not giving him much room as he's going to pull out to the outside and take that spot. So Logan Clampett successfully defends that spot and pulls up behind his teammate Brandon Hastings. Here comes Garrett Smithley in that SegPay and Lighten Hero Box, sponsored number 43. Right behind him, he has gotten around Nick Hunt and has moved into the 8th spot. Has the lead draft in his sights set right in front of him. The top 2 in points right now running in the 6th in the 8th spot, trying to make their way towards the front. As they're all running single file right now, back up towards the front. Damon Gilbert still in the lead. Reeves has fallen in behind him. Single file snake down the back straightaway until you get back to Brandon Hastings and Logan Clampett. Now Clampett, he's going to move down to the inside and try to take that spot. Is Hastings going to fight him or let him have it in turn 3? And he's going to try to sneak in behind him in front of Nick Reynolds, but Reynolds power drives it in there. And Hastings looked a little spooked right there. Didn't expect Reynolds to go in there that hard. And Reynolds is going to take that spot. Hastings going to move back into, it looks like, the 7th spot, right in front of teammate Garrett Smithley, who has a bumper full of Nick Hunt and that Yahoo sponsored, that purple 00. And now he goes to the high line, loses a lot of ground right there to Garrett Smithley. And Smithley going to use the draft to pull up onto the back of Brandon Hastings. And the yellow flag is out. Yellow number 1 here on lap number 10. And it looks like LZ Daly around on the back straightaway. That blue number 2 machine is around on the back straightaway. And she has taken it to the pits. We're going to get a replay going for you here in just a moment. Looks like LZ just got to the outside into the wall and then jerked it off the wall, got sideways into the outside wall. All right, you see the replay rolling right now, and exactly what happened, like we said, just up into the outside wall and pulled down. Shot off of that safer barrier and around LZ went. So caution, lap number 11 here. Had a good run going, and just a little bit of contact sent LZ around, and LZ has taken the truck behind the wall and is now officially out of the race. So we started with 19, we're down to 18, and I think pit stops are in order as we come off of turn number 2. These drivers were hitting that window, and here comes everybody for tires and fuel. As they make their way down pit road, Damon Gilbert, Mitchell Reeves, Matt Clifton, Chad Coleman, Logan Clampett, your top 5 as they hit pit road. We're going to watch them. We'll watch the race off. No changes really going on right now. Just tires and fuel we're hearing from everybody. And everyone making their way in clean. I don't see any speeding penalties up on the screen right now, but we're going to wait. We still got to come off of pit road, and we're going to see if positions shuffle up at all. Down and away. Gilbert's going to win the race off of pit road. Reeves in second, and oh, Matt Clifton gets spun. Well, I don't know if he made contact there, if he just spun the tires. It looked like some possible contact with Logan Clampett, but my view wasn't really that good as to see if there was any contact. Both of those drivers coming off of pit road, and it looked like that Clifton might have pulled out in front. Logan had to make evasive action, and then Clifton, yeah, he just spun the tires around and won around coming out of pit road. So no contact right there, but for as wide as this track is, a lot of tight action coming off of pit road. So, lap number 11 here. We're getting caught up behind the pace car. We're going to go green here in the next couple of laps. We want to go ahead, take a quick commercial break, pay some bills. We'll be right back. You don't want to miss this live from Autoclub Speedway. This is the Dan's top-notch heating and cooling truck series. Don't go away. All right, welcome back live here. We're about ready to get back underway. Pace lights are off. Just having a little chat with some of the drivers here under yellow, talking to them, having a good time. We're kind of laid back here at All Pro Racing, and we'd like to have a good time and pay some money out to all the racers that like to come run with us. So if you'd like to get more involved and possibly run here at All Pro Racing on some of these leagues that we have, check us out online at all-pro-racing.com. Or if you have a league or a race that you'd like broadcast on the All Pro Broadcasting Network, and you'd like Michael and I to come there and grace your fans with our voices and our technological skills, go ahead and contact us via the website, and we'd love to come over and put you guys on the All Pro Broadcasting Network. All right, here we are. Pace car is about ready to make that ever-famous left-hand turn off of the racetrack, and we're going to get back underway. Damon Gilbert, Mitchell Reeves, your top two, Logan Clampett, Nick Reynolds, Garrett Smithley up into the top five now. And here we go. Green flag is waving, and it looks like that Reeves didn't get a good start. The outside line kind of stacking up. Gilbert, he's going to push along to the inside, but now, oh, I lied. Here comes Reeves back to the outside. He's the only one out there, and he's pushing hard, and it looks like that Rudy's going to go down to the inside, 3 wide into turn number 3. Hastings going to make the move to the outside. Garrett Smithley now up into the 3rd spot and working on 2nd around Logan Clampett down the back straightaway side by side as they fan out 4 wide behind them as we hit turn number 3. Oh, some contact. Rudy up into Hastings, and Brandon Hastings able to save it. The 11 and the 81 making contact out of turn number 4, but everyone is okay now. There's still 3 wide back in the pack. Coleman down to the inside, Hastings on the outside, Nick Hunt in the middle, and Hastings kind of doors Hunt just a little bit. There's still 3 wide, no one giving, and Brandon Hastings going to whip it around the outside, try to take that spot away. The outside lane is moving now, and Brandon Hastings is the driver. It's like a locomotive going downhill. He's the conductor. Out of the way, boys. Brandon Hastings on the move, passing them 3 wide on the outside, now trying to come down and block Nick Hunt. Nick driving it in hard, but Brandon Hastings even harder now down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to try to go around Rudy again as we move farther up front. We got a 3 wide battle. Clifton onto the inside of Nick Reynolds. Matt Clifton, Jeff T. Martin, and Nick Reynolds battling 3 wide into turn number 1. That is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. And Matt Clifton's going to take that spot. Martin going to swing it around up on the cushion of the racetrack, and he is going to lose that spot. And now slides up in front. Now Martin going to try to come back down on the inside. Mitchell Reeves up there in 4th. Garrett Smithley in 3rd. Logan Clampett has put about 20 truck links in between him and Garrett Smithley, and about another 10 truck links up to Damon Gilbert. So top 3 drivers now all separated in the battle farther back in the pack. Trying to find a battle. Scanning the racetrack. Hey, everyone's single file right now. You know what that means? It's, well, as I say that, Mitchell Reeves on the back of Garrett Smithley looked down to the inside, but Smithley able to hold him off. And he's going to do that now, still single file down the back straight. This draft will catch everyone back up. You know, there is no worry about getting away here. The draft package, although it has gotten better over the course of the last few updates, it still is very strong for the trucks, as in real life it is as well. So the battle for 3rd place raging on. Reeves was to the inside. Garrett Smithley down to block. Reeves tried the outside. Smithley back up to the outside to block. And now Reeves going to push him into turn 1, and now dive bomb down to the inside, side by side for 3rd. Smithley on the outside, Reeves on the inside, and Reeves is going to take that spot. Smithley going to do the crossover move, or at least try to, down to the inside, not able to do it as he comes back in on the back bumper of the 0-2, and he's going to push him into turn number 3. But with those guys battling, here comes Matt Clifton in the number 20. Restarted last after that incident out of pit road, and he is now up into the 5th spot with the 9 truck pushing him. And oh, Clifton into the outside wall just a little bit. Reynolds in the 9 look down to the inside, but now going to go back up to pushing in behind him. And we're hearing Brandon Hastings might have a little bit of right side damage after that contact. The hood does look a little crinkled. I believe that's, I'm trying to see what that sponsor is. I think it's a DOM. I need to get in touch with Brandon. We'll ask him. If we get another caution, we'll interview all of them and see what that is. That looks like DOM. Not sure what that is or what's going on. So we'll mark that down in the notebook to talk to Brandon Hastings on the next yellow. And Smithley now, he's going to try to work again down to the inside of Reeves. Clampett pulling away ahead of him as these guys battle side by side behind them for the 4th spot. And you see Smithley, his truck sucked right down that front bumper, or the front valance, right down on the bottom. And oh, Reeves overdrove that exit, and he is into the outside wall. No caution, he saved it, but some heavy damage for him, and that's going to slow his pace up a lot. The 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves off the pace, and now being passed by Donald King and Chad Coleman, about ready to set his sights on him as well. While Matt Clifton made short work of Garrett Smithley. He went around the 43, and he's going to move up into that 3rd spot. So Matt Clifton on rails tonight, and behind him Nick Reynolds coming along as well. And Garrett Smithley trying to fight on the outside, but it's not working right now so far for the 43 truck, as he's going to try to sling back down to the inside, possibly just ride behind these guys for a little bit, because remember, you can only go 14 to 16 laps on fuel. So pit stops, we're going to have about 3 more of them for the end of the race. Well, maybe 2 more. I don't know. My math is never really that good. But the battles on the track are good. At least that's better than my math, as now Reynolds going to go down to the inside around Clifton. These drivers, I mean, if they stayed in line, they might be able to catch, but they don't want to. Now Smithley is going to shoot back to the outside. It looked like Reynolds possibly wanted to do that. Now Smithley is going to shoot down to the inside on the back of Nick Reynolds and push Reynolds underneath of Matt Clifton. So getting hairy here, lap number 23, and that allowed Jeff Martin to catch up to them as the leaders now start to pull away. And Damon Gilbert is absolutely on rails. He's running by himself out there in clean air. We're going to check lap times, this time by current lap time 40.605 for Damon Gilbert and a 40.790 for Logan Clampett. So Clampett losing about 1/10 a lap, and Clifton with a 40.9. So, yep, definitely Damon Gilbert is the class of the field so far, as Smithley made short work again of Nick Reynolds, and Jeff Martin going to pull up on his back bumper. Smithley now setting his sights on Matt Clifton. And checking up on Brandon Hastings with all that damage on his truck. He is back in the 14th position, running about 2 seconds off of the pace. So he is definitely needing a caution. And I believe we got some drivers heading down pit road. And Garrett Smithley's on pit road, Martin's on pit road, Nick Reynolds is on pit road. A lot of the drivers running about 4th on back. Coming down right now, the leader, Damon Gilbert, still out onto the racetrack. But keep an eye on the points there. Garrett Smithley, 2 tires. Reynolds only took 2 tires as well. Martin's taking 4. Nick Hunt's taking 4. So a little bit of pit strategy playing right now. So we're going to see how that works out. We're going to keep an eye on Damon Gilbert. He is now on pit road. That did force his hand. He had to come down. So we're going to see if he does decide to take 4 tires or 2. And I believe Logan Clampett, yes, is directly behind him. So see what they do. 2 or 4 tires. Clampett, the first one to hit his pits. And Coleman's in as well. Reeves in. All the rest of the drivers are currently in. And Clampett is going to take 4 tires. Logan Clampett's taking 4 tires. Damon Gilbert, he just got into his pits. He's taking 2. So Gilbert down and away with 2 tires. Clampett taking 4. We're going to see how this all shakes out as the rest of the field now on pit road. Here comes Matthew Quick and that ever-famous Angry Cat number 89. He is on pit road. As well as Danny Rudy. Brandon Hastings on pit road. He's taking 4 tires, and the rest of the field as well. So everyone's pitted. Everyone is down and away, and once the next lap completes, we're going to cycle through, and it's going to be, looks like Damon Gilbert still in the lead. But Logan Clampett took 4 tires. Garrett Smithley took 2. We're going to see how those extra seconds on pit road hurt Logan Clampett. Remember, he was about 3 seconds behind. And now Logan Clampett still hasn't made his. Logan Clampett now showing 6 seconds behind Damon Gilbert, as Chris E. Pence has not pitted yet. And now he's coming down pit road as well. So the last driver to stay out on the racetrack, the number 16 of Chris Pence, is going to be coming down pit road. Had to lead a couple laps, got a couple points right there, and everything else is going to now cycle through for Damon Gilbert after we come across the start-finish line this time. And it's still going to show him in second because Pence was still in the lead after they crossed the start-finish line on pit road. So when it comes back around, Damon Gilbert's going to be in the lead 3.5 seconds ahead of Matt Clifton. Garrett Smithley going to be shown in third, 0.5 of a second. No, excuse me, that's Logan Clampett. Or no, that is Ed Coleman. I'm sorry, Chris E. Pence on the... He's being shown the leader until it comes back around, and like I said, my math isn't that good. I can't differentiate between 2, 3, and 4 here when I'm trying to say what it's going to be this next time. So I'm going to refrain from speaking for the next 2 seconds until they cross the start-finish line. There we go. Everything's fine. Everything's fine in the All-Pro Broadcasting Network world now, as Damon Gilbert shown as your leader. 4 seconds behind him is Matt Clifton. 0.2 of a second behind him, Chad Coleman. Logan Clampett, 2.3 seconds back. Garrett Smithley, a second back in 5th from Logan Clampett. So that battle is looking pretty good for the second spot. Matt Clifton to the outside. Chad Coleman now down to the inside, side by side, battling for position number 2 on the racetrack. Can anybody catch Damon Gilbert? I don't know. I don't know. And every time I pick someone to win, they always wreck. And I'm not doing this out of spite. I'm just trying to do it to clean my pick record here. So I'm going to pick Damon Gilbert to win. And if something happens to him, this is the last time I'm ever going to pick anybody on the air again. So Damon Gilbert, don't let me down, buddy. I picked you to win. I hope the All-Pro Broadcasting Network curse does not come into effect tonight with you. We've got 20 more laps to go. We'll find out. But Coleman made quick work of Matt Clifton, now moving into that second spot. So Coleman in second, Clifton in third, Logan Clampett back in fourth, Garrett Smithley in fifth, Matthew Quick in sixth, Jeff T. Martin in seventh, Mitchell Reeves in eighth, Nick Hunt in ninth, Chris Pence in 10th. Brandon Hastings, he's coming to a stop on the back straightaway. Looks like some trouble for him, and he's going to retire from this event. So Brandon Hastings out of the event after some more contact being made with the outside wall. So we started with 16. Had a couple drivers come in and practice. Did not elect to start. A couple of DNSs there. We started with 16, and we're down to 14 trucks here tonight. Still some good racing going on up front. Look at some lap times here. Logan Clampett with a 40.554. Matt Clifton with a 40.888. So Clampett with those 4 tires, 0.3 of a second faster than third place. Second, as far as second place as well, Clampett the fastest truck on the racetrack right now, even faster than the leader by 1.5. So watch out, boys. Logan Clampett coming to the front. Garrett Smithley now faster than second and third, but not faster than Clampett. So all these positions are going to change here in just a little bit. We're going to have 1 more, possibly 2 more pit stops, depending on the caution flags. So this is definitely going to get interesting as we come down to complete lap number 33. Clampett now slowed down a couple tenths of a second that lap, getting in that dirty air with Matt Clifton, still running 0.3 of a second faster than Clifton. So we're going to watch that gap shrink. That's the best battle on the racetrack right now. It's that 44 getting bigger in the rear view mirror of the number 20 of Matt Clifton. Going through the field again, just letting you know where everyone is running and who the biggest movers are of the race. Biggest movers so far, Logan Clampett from 13th to 4th, Garrett Smithley from 12th to 5th, Chrissy Pence from 17th to 10th. So a lot of drivers making the big moves, 4th, 5th, and 10th, the biggest movers so far. Checking back in on Damon Gilbert, class of the field, pulling the old Kyle Busch here, as he has led, well, basically every single lap that has mattered so far. A couple of position changes on some restarts that relegated him back to second, third, or fourth, but now up and just running away with this race. Last lap time, 40.685, compared to second place Chad Coleman, 41.0. Matt Clifton, 41.2. Logan Clampett, 41.1. And checking back into position number 11, looking at Don King, that over-the-top paint job right there. The over-the-top designs and paints, John Hendrick, one of the sponsors here on the All-Pro Broadcasting Network and the Dan's Heating and Cooling Top-Notch Truck Series. Painted that truck up, looking absolutely sweet. Running out there in the 11th spot, not a scratch on it, looking pristine as it comes down to complete lap number 36. Besides being a great painted truck, Don King, one of the best racers out there, one of the cleanest racers you'll meet on the iRacing simulation. So absolutely amazing paint job right there. And it looks like we're hearing possible pit stops coming up. No one on pit road right now. Keep an eye on the leader. He's about ready to come up in a lap series sponsor, Danny Rudy. Danny in the number 11 truck. Damon Gilbert going to go down to the inside. Getting as much draft as he can and then going down to the inside. He's going to take that spot. And possible pit stops this time, maybe, I'm hearing. Come on, guys. Don't play with my heartstrings like that. If you're going to come down pit road, let's go ahead and do it. And it looks like that Matt Clifton, yes, Clifton in the number 20, he's going to be the first one to hit pit road. Down and made pit road speed perfectly. No one else is coming with him right now. Garrett Smithley stays out. Logan Clampett stays out. So keep an eye on Clifton, on what he does on pit road. He's going to do the 2 or the 4 tire change. And this is going to make him good till the end of the race. He's changing left side tires. We don't usually see that. 2 tire change left side. Clifton down and away. About a 5-second pit stop. And we're going to keep our eye on everybody else. Here comes your leader, Damon Gilbert down pit road. Logan Clampett as well. Chad Coleman. Everybody hitting pit road. Going to keep an eye on your leader and see exactly what he does. Is he going to go for the left side tire change as well? Or is he going to do 4? Is he going to do 2 on the right as he goes around Don King? Don exiting the pit road. Damon Gilbert making his stop. He's going to go up with right sides. Let's see, is he going to take 4 or 2? Down and away with 2. 2 tires for Damon Gilbert. Watching the 6 truck, Chad Coleman. He's down and away with 2 tires as well. There's the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. He does not take any tires, just fuel only for the 0-2. Clampett took 2. Garrett Smithley took 2. Smithley's down and away. So Damon Gilbert's going to cycle through and be your leader again. Chris Pence still being shown your lead. Remember, he's off of the pit cycle just a little bit, and he should be coming within the next lap or 2. So really the only way that these drivers can catch Damon Gilbert is if there is a caution, and we've had mainly green flag runs here tonight, just 1 yellow so far. Here comes the 16 truck, Pence. He's down to pit road, getting it woed up to 55 miles per hour. And he's going to be down and away quickly. Damon Gilbert going to cycle back through to be your new leader. And once he crosses the start-finish line, give you an update on where everyone's going to be racing. This is the 10 lap to go warning. 10 laps to go here at Autoclub Speedway. Damon Gilbert, the class of the field so far. So you have Gilbert with Coleman running in second, about 6 seconds or 5.5 seconds behind him, 2 seconds back. Then Matt Clifton, Logan Clampett, Matthew Quick, Mitchell Reeves, Jeff T. Martin, Garrett Smithley. And I said Smithley took 2 tires that last time. He actually took 4. And we got a slow car down on the apron. I'm trying to see exactly who that is. It looks like the number 9 truck of Nick Reynolds. Very, very slow on the apron, about 59 miles per hour. And he is going to be able to coast his way down to pit road. So everyone hoping for a yellow flag to catch up to Damon Gilbert. That was probably their best chance right there, but he's able to keep it under power, possibly out of fuel in the number 9 truck. Everyone really separated right now. There is really no nose-to-tail battle going on except back there in the 8th and 9th place between Garrett Smithley and Chris Pence. But they're a couple of tenths apart. Everyone else is second and a half, 2 seconds back. It looks like that Matt Clifton might have found a little mojo now as he's closing hard onto the back of Chad Coleman. I believe the race is now for the second spot unless something happens. Second spot going to go with Matt Clifton and Chad Coleman. Oh, and Clifton gets sideways, comes back up the track, spins around on the front straightaway, and the yellow flag is out. Matt Clifton bringing out yellow number 2 here at Autoclub. We're going to show you a replay of what happened. Looks like he just got loose, got the apron just a little bit, trying to catch up to Chad Coleman, tried to save it, and then looped her around. Yellow flag, lap number 43. And that is not what Damon Gilbert wanted to see. These drivers can go the rest of the way on fuel, but we might see some pit stops, possibly, for some tires. Some people might stay out, so we're going to check that out as you see the replay of what happened to Matt Clifton. So when these drivers get caught back up to the field and get all caught back up, they were pretty far apart. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break and bring you to the run to the finish here live from Autoclub Speedway. This is the All Pro Broadcasting Network. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't.
Welcome back live to the Autoclub Speedway. Didn't expect to see a lot of action on pit road. A lot of drivers faking, going in and out. The only 2 drivers that pitted were Chad Coleman and Matthew Quick. Everyone else staying out. Damon Gilbert staying out. Logan Clampett faked. He moved up into the 2nd spot. Mitchell Reeves in 3rd. Nick Reynolds in 4th. Matt Clifton in 4th. I'm sorry. Jeff T. Martin in 5th. Garrett Smithley in 6th. And they're still working their way out. Some drivers possibly in the wrong position there, and we're getting worked out. Looks like Nick Reynolds is going to be put near the back of the pack. It's going to move Garrett Smithley up 1. So it looks like that we're going to have a quick little shootout here. If the pace lights go off now, we'd have 3 laps of green flag racing, and they're not. So it looks like possibly a green-white checkered to end the race here on the Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling Truck Series. Oh, this is going to get interesting. We're still under the caution flag. So, Will, we got time. Let's grab an interview. Let's bring down Logan Clampett.
Happy if I were you, dude.
Logan, DJ Line in the broadcast booth. Sorry to interrupt you talking to your crew and your teammates there, but just kind of wondering, bro, do you got anything for that number 68 of Damon Gilbert?
I know Damon hasn't taken any left sides all race, and I took 4 than 2, so I have more left side tires than him, than he does, so maybe I'll have a shot, but he's pretty quick and has been.
Now, what, I mean, is he quicker than you straight up? Is he quicker than you, and you have to use the draft? How are you going to get around him?
I'm going to have to kind of use the draft and stay right on his bumper, and hopefully I could get clear on the inside of Mitchell and hopefully get around him.
You got some guys behind you. Are you worried about possibly anybody dive bombing you 3-4 wide down into the corner and then ruining your run on Damon? I mean, what's your plan? I mean, obviously, you just told me you're going to use the draft, but are you worried about the people behind you?
Yeah, I kind of am, but I mean, I'm not sure. I just wish that caution would have came out because I probably would have gotten Chad and Matt there. And I probably would have been a point behind Garrett in the standings.
Well, you are running ahead of Garrett right now. He's currently sitting back there, it looks like, in the 6th position. So as long as you stay ahead of him, you might get that points lead.
Yeah, I think I'm like 7 points behind him, and hopefully Matt and Chad there get around him and not me in these last 2 laps.
All right, well, the pace lights are off. We're going to have a green-white checkered. It sure is going to be exciting. Logan, good luck, and I'll see you in victory lane.
Yep, thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, we wanted to get a couple more drivers to talk to, but the pace lights are off. Wasn't really thinking, you know, could have had a few more interviews on there, so we apologize to the drivers, but we're going to have a lot to talk about with these drivers after this race is over. The next flag will end this race. Green-white checkered finish at Autoclub Speedway. First in points, Garrett Smithley in 6th. Second in points, the number 44 of Logan Clampett to the outside of Damon Gilbert. Gilbert has not been able to be touched all race, and here we are, buttoned up, ready to go. Clampett said he had some better tires, better left side tires. If he can get a good restart here, we'll see how it goes. Pace car into pit road, green flag about ready to come out. Here it is, green flags flying, and we are underway. Clampett has a great restart, able to keep up side by side with Damon Gilbert as they head down into turn number 1. Coleman's going to look up to the outside of Garrett Smithley to make it 3 wide, but now jumps back down inside. Clampett not giving an inch on the outside. Drivers making contact but saving it. Clampett trying to push hard on the outside. Here comes Coleman now 3 wide on the outside of Garrett Smithley. Now they're 4 wide down the back straightaway. Matthew Quick on the inside. Here comes Clampett now for the lead on the inside. And they're 3 wide. Reeves is there as well. They're 3 and 4 wide all over the racetrack. We can't keep up with it. Martin is sideways. And up into the outside wall goes Coleman. Logan Clampett down to the inside. White flag. 4 drivers throw a blanket over him. 1 more lap to go at Autoclub Speedway. 3 wide now looking into turn number 1. Clampett with the lead. Gilbert going to try to push hard on the outside. Here comes Clifton now. Matt Clifton out of nowhere. Going to try to go 3 wide around both of these drivers. Reeves with a good run off of the corner. He's going to go down to the inside. Battle for the lead down the backstretch. 3 wide for second as we hit turn number 3. Reeves out of nowhere. Down to the inside. He's going to take that spot. Gilbert fighting hard on the outside. Clifton in the middle. A sandwich between the 02 and the 68. And out of turn number 4, out of nowhere, Logan Clampett going to take the win at Autoclub Speedway. Mitchell Reeves is going to be second and 3 wide. Oh, man, to the start-finish line. Reeves and Clifton and Gilbert, who led this entire race and lost it at the very end. Logan Clampett, your winner here tonight. And Garrett Smithley is going to come up and finish in 5th. Matthew Quick in 6th. Nick Hunt in 7th. Donald King in 8th. Chrissy Pence in 9th. Danny Rudy in 10th. And that is going to shrink the points lead for Logan Clampett on Garrett Smithley. If he doesn't have the points lead now, he's going to be very, very, very close. So, wow. Logan Clampett takes the win here tonight at Autoclub Speedway. Absolutely an amazing finish between him, Reeves, Clifton, and Gilbert. We're going to catch our breath. We're going to watch Logan Clampett on the front straightaway here and come to the post-race show here in just a second. All right, we've made it down here. We just talked to Logan Clampett, and now we're down on the front straightaway in Victory Lane. Logan, you told us that you were going to go balls out there, and you did, and you held off a hard charge from Reeves, Clifton, and Gilbert, and to take the win here at Autoclub Speedway. What does it mean to you?
It feels great. This is my home track, and I didn't have any practice at the beginning there. But I got clear of Mitchell, and I was hoping that Damon thought Mitchell was still inside me, so I quickly made the move there on the inside to get me the win.
Now this is definitely going to close the points gap between you and Garrett Smithley. Smithley was able to come home in the 5th spot, but for not leading a single lap and then coming hard at the end, absolutely fantastic finish. This marks win number 5 or 6 or 4 or 5, 6 for you this year. I can't keep count. You win so much, and you have a different awesome paint job every single week. Logan, where do you go from here? You can only go up, right? I mean, you're already on top. You can't go down. I mean, what's the plan? Are you gonna continue running? I mean, you're gonna be running more series over here at All Pro Racing? Are you gonna continue running the truck series? I mean, what are your plans for the future?
I may run the Gen 6 series one time or so, but hopefully there is a next season for the truck series, and I will definitely race that.
Absolutely. So I just spent like 5 minutes asking a question that you took 3 seconds to answer, and you did it better than I did. Logan Clampett, that is why you are the professional. Congratulations on your win here tonight.
Thank you.
Making our way down to position number 2, not by much, and didn't finish second by much either. That's the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell, talk to us about that finish. It was crazy. We were out of breath up here in the booth. We could hardly stand. We're still shaking from that finish. I can only imagine how you guys felt. How was it going 3 wide, battling for the lead here at Autoclub?
No, just another day in all-pro racing. That's, we came here to have hell of a races, and it's a hell of a racing lead to have it. And no, it was I knew that restart was going to be crazy. Damon had a hell of a start there, and looked like Clamp just cleared him, and I couldn't get clear my teammate Matt. And I really do think if me and him could have edged one of each other out and maybe gotten a run at Clamp, it would have been good. But we were 3 wide there on the last lap. Not much I could have done, but after hitting the wall early in the race, I'm just happy to be home in second.
Yeah, that's right. Qualified 4th, finished in 2nd, not by much. You almost had a Clamp, but like you were talking about, what does it mean to you? I mean, people that are watching this for the first time, they say, it's just a game, it's a simulation, it's not the real thing. But to someone that's been around this for a while, that does this on a regular basis, to have an exciting race like that, especially in the All Pro Racing League, what is it like? I mean, the adrenaline's going. It feels like you're in a real car, and you just had a great finish, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's what we're all here to do, is have fun. And for people that are less fortunate and can't get a race car and stuff like that, this is the second best option. And the thing with All Pro, most of the time it's always great racing like this. And obviously we proved that tonight, and that's why we all come to race here, because we know that we're gonna have awesome races like this all the time. But yeah, I mean, if for people that are watching that's never done this, you don't need to be afraid to do it. You know, it only takes a little bit of practice to get out here and, you know, be just as good and, you know, just come up here and run. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it is a lot of fun. I've been on the simulation since the beta back in 2008, and it's only gotten better since then. So again, Mitchell Reeves, congratulations. Second place here tonight at Autoclub Speedway. Great run for you, bud.
Yeah, thanks. Also like to thank just Southeast Motorsports, Michael D'Amico, and All Pro, and everybody out there for watching.
Awesome. We definitely appreciate you, Mitchell. Again, Mitchell Reeves finishing second here tonight, and we're going to make our way down to the third place finisher, again, by only about 100th of a second over his teammate. Mitchell Reeves beat Matt Clifton, is the driver. 3 for Dale. Matt came home tonight, had a fast truck, didn't have much for the leader, Damon Gilbert, in the first part of the run, but at the end there, when everyone got bunched up, it was all or nothing, and you guys running 3 and 4 wide, that was absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, man, it was fun. I think that's probably the most fun I've ever had with my pants on was those last couple laps.
Well, I mean, fun can be had by all in many different ways. We're glad that you're racing with pants on, but besides that point, Matt, what does it mean? I asked Mitchell the same thing, to run 3 and 4 wide and to have this excitement in this game that we like, or the sim that we like, rather. I mean, just as exciting as running in a real race car. I mean, does your heart get pumping? How does it feel to people that may be watching this that haven't done it for the first time?
Yeah, it'll get you going. You'll be shaking and you be drawing up and everything. I don't even run real cars. I run go-karts, but we don't really get 4 wide in go-karts. But it's fun. You draw it up. You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, and for the people that are less southern than Matt, draw it up means getting tight, getting crazy, ready to go. So we had to, we had to translate there a little bit, Matt. For some of these northern people that are watching tonight, but it's all good. But hey, congratulations on the third place finish. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dan's Heating and Air for this series. John Hedrick for his killer paint job. We had quite a few paint jobs out here in this race, All Pro Racing, and you do a hell of a job announcing, and everybody a part of the team and the league. It takes a whole lot of people and time and money and all that stuff to do this.
Well, we definitely appreciate you racing with us and doing your thing here at the All Pro Racing League. Matt, congratulations again on your third place run. See you back here very, very soon.
Thanks, bud.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Matt Clifton. So what a heck of a race that was. The beginning was really exciting. The middle, it got a little boring. Everyone got kind of drawn out, and just running single file. But that last restart that came, wow, was that amazing or what? So before we go, we want to thank some of our sponsors here tonight, of course, and Matt Clifton mentioned them as well. Dan's Heating and Cooling, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. Want to make sure we get that top notch in there because they are top notch. Find them on the website, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling out of the Washington State area. If you need heating and cooling done, look no further than Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling. Also by Over the Top Designs and Paints, Mr. John Hedrick, always putting some good paint jobs out there. You can find him and all of his paints on the iRacing forum and on Facebook. And of course, the guys at Apache Graphics and Race Designs. All the things you're seeing here tonight, all the scoring loops and what flag is being flown and everything, that is all done by Apache Graphics and Race Designs, and we can't thank them enough. So the points battle titans, and Logan Clampett comes from 13th to 1st to win tonight and leads 1 lap, the last lap at Autoclub Speedway. Reeves comes home in 2nd, Clifton in 3rd, Gilbert in 4th, and your points leader Garrett Smithley from 12th to 5th. Another amazing run for him. So, for Michael D'Amico, I am DJ Lion, reminding you to keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down, and always, always, always keep that hammer down. We'll see you next time right here on the All Pro Broadcasting Network.